Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Oh. Yeah. Neon on my sneakers, midnight in my chest. Small sparks in my pocket, promises undressed. I move like a rumor that turns into a roar. One tiny footprint, and then there's 1 foot more. They count the miles by headlines, I count mine by size. Every little shimmer builds the map behind my eyes. Little by little, I'm traveling far. Step by step, I'm stealing the stars. Piece by piece, I rewrite who we are. Little by little, little by little, I go far. Lipstick like a compass, skyline in my purse. I trade the slow for steady, nurse my little thirst. The whisper turns to anthem when I learn to sing it loud. Brick by brick and beat by beat, I'm bigger than the crowd. They wanna see the rocket skip the final climb, but I'm making constellations out of quiet time. Little by little, I'm traveling far. Step by step, I'm stealing the stars. Piece by piece, I rewrite who we are. Little by little, little by little, I go far. Sparkle in the margins, runway in the rain. What looks like slow motion is a secret train. Tonight I wear patience like a brand new crown. I'm a slow motion comet, never crashing down. Step, step, stardust on the floor. Breath, breath, want a little more. Step, step, feel the night expand. Little hands, big plans, glitter in my hands. Little by little, I'm traveling far. Step by step, I'm stealing the star. Piece by piece, I rewrite who we are. Little by little, little by little, I go far. Light the path with fragments of who we used to be. Collect the little moments, they become the sea. One small step, then another, under this neon arch. Little by little, love will meet the stars.
City lights flicker, puddles hold the sky. Boots on the pavement, heartbeat keeps time. Mama said the world will bend you, not break you. So I carry quieter prayers when the nights get cruel. Wallet in pockets heavy with hope, dreams in my back pocket. I'm mapping a rope, every scar's a lesson, every setback a page. I'm learning how to burn slow through the cold of the age. When the wind tries to eat the fire inside, I fold my hands, let the storm be my guide. There's a rhythm in the struggle, a beat you can trust. We turn the hurt to music, turn the ashes to trust. Tough times never last, but tough people do. We bend, we break, we rise, like morning through the blue. Hold steady, stay true, let courage pull you through. Tough times never last, but tough people do. Yeah. Late night corners where the neon forget your name. Phone screen echoes chasing yesterday's flame. Hustle has a language whispered soft and raw. We trade our fears for reasons learned to love was flawed. Eyes in the mirror tell a story I owe. Calloused on the palms, tender at the throat. I've been a small town soldier in a big city fight. Find the little victories beneath the street light. There's a quiet rebellion in the way we breathe. Soft hands, hard hearts, we take what we believe. No promise of the sunrise, only faith in the dew. We carve tomorrow with the strength that's true. Tough times never last, but tough people do. We bend, we break, we rise, like morning through the blue. Hold steady, stay true, let courage pull you through. Tough times times never last, but tough people do. When the nights keep talking, whispering doubt, I press my back to the sky and I call the stars out. There's a pulse in the silence, a friend in the ache. We're forged by the pressure, not scared of a make. So if you find your shoulders heavy like the rain, lean close to my heartbeat, we'll share the same strain. We'll walk the long road singing soft and new. Tough times never last, and tough people do. Hold on, breathe slow, keep that ember alive. Every step is a sermon that says we survive. Hands clasped, heads high, we move through the bruise. We're sculpted from courage and courage the truth. Tough times never last, but tough people do. We bend, we break, we rise, paint gold on the blue. Stand firm, don't fall, let the heart see you through. Tough times never last, but tough people do. Rain can wash the streets, but it can't wash away you. Walk steady, my brother, my sister. Tough people do.
There's a window I learned to press my forehead to, counting the cracks like constellations I made wrong. Laundry hangs like slow flags of small defeats. The kettle sings and I answer with the quiet song. Night falls over rooms I thought were safe, a hush that tests the bones, asked what I'll brave. You never know how strong you are until the map burns and you have to walk anyway. When there's no soft exit, no polite applause, you stand like a tree, learning how to keep the sky. Hands that once trembled learn the geometry of care. Patchwork palms that stitch 1,000 ordinary things. I learned to hold a door open with a single steady breath. Find holy in the hinge, in the smallness that sings. There's a pulse in the quiet that's almost like a rope. It pulls me from the edges, teaches me to cope. You never know how strong you are until the map burns and you have to walk anyway. When there's no soft exit, no polite applause, you stand like a tree, learning how to keep the sky. Not a sudden armor of brass, more a patient rise in the tide that comes slow and lasts. You gather up the little things you thought you left behind, turn them into ballast, into reason, into rhyme. I counted my small failures like a litany of stones. Now each one is a step, a place to plant my bones. You never know how strong you are until the map burns and you have to walk anyway. When there's no soft exit, no polite applause, you stand like a tree. You learn to keep the sky. So if the rooms shrink and the clocks conspire, remember the quiet hands that learn to hold the fire. The war glories the light. Dust
in daylight, braided on my skin. Every scar a cartograph of where I've been. Concrete prayers and bitter lullabies. I learned to bear the thunder, learn to meet the sky. When the world pulls down, I brace my spine. Turn the cold to cold, let it burn into mine. The heart of the struggle, the bride of the flame. We rise from the rubble, we carve out our names. Breathe in the breaking, taste the dawn in the night. We're forged in the fire, the harder the fight, the more glorious the light. Broken windows humming like a war drum beat. Footsteps in the alley where the lost hearts meet. I traded all my fear for a sharper will. Built the throne from the ruins and I learned to climb the hill. Every bruise a lesson, every fall a plan. If you hold on long enough, you'll find you stand. The heart of the struggle, the bride of the flame. We rise from the rubble, we carve out our names. Breathe in the breaking, taste the dawn in the night. We're forged in the fire, the harder the fight, the more glorious the light. There's a whisper under ash, a voice that won't concede. It says bleed if you must, but bleed for what you need. So I stitch my heart with wire, and I let the music drive all the flitches into thunder till I learn to feel alive. Past the shame, call out your demons by their names. We'll build a cathedral from the bones of the night, and when we stand together, all will be the light. The heart of the struggle, the bride of the flame. We rise from the rubble, we carve out our names. Breathe in the breaking, taste the dawn in the night. We're forged in the fire, the harder the fight, the more glorious the light.
Ash on my palms, dawn on the rise. Every fall a story, every scar a prize. Keep walking toward the flare, keep holding through the night. We're born of the struggle
and born to burn bright.
Morning hums like a soft drum, coffee steaming when the rain. You tie your shoes, I find the tune that keeps the choir sane. Little plans and bigger dreams, folded up inside the side. We trade our doubts for tiny sparks and let the sky reply. Smart, brave words on the subway, whispered like a light. Turn the corners of our day into something bright. Positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. Pocket sunlight in our hands, keep it out of the night. Oh, we'll wear the world like a sweater, warm against the chill. Positive mind, positive vibes, positive life, and we always will. Sidewalk conversations, laughing through the raincoat gray. You hum a line, I steal the rhyme. We make the hours play. Muted streets and neon notes, the city learns to smile. Every step becomes a story when we stay for a little while. Breathing out, there could have been. Breathing in the now, we learn to turn the small things into kind of how. Positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. Pocket sunlight in our hands, keep it out of the night. We trace the map with careless hope on the colors in the gray. Positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. We'll choose it every day. When the static wants to whisper, we'll sing a brighter line. into confetti. Let them scatter with the time. Hold me close, we'll rewrite the with our light. One small leap, 1,000 calm breaths, and everything's alright. Quiet chorus, soft and slow. Hum it like a prayer. Positive, like Porsche, like glow. Found in simple care. Positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. Pockets are lighting our hands, holding through the tide. Oh, stitch the seams of ordinary with the gold inside our lives. Positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. Yeah, we keep it alive. Tiny sparks, little truths folded in the palm of night. Carry me, carry us. Pocket sunlight burning bright.
Boot me up, light me low. Heartbeat, sync to the tempo. Go. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Light the spark, ignite the dark. Patch the sky with the sparks you find. Stitch the map with the stubborn heart. Go. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Push the night, play your part. Pixel preacher on the rooftop, preaching small fires into us. Pocket lint full of seeds, spare change for a dream. I'm soldering hope to the battery of a busted old machine. Neighbors sleeping on their worries, I'm clap wiring a beat. Turn a toaster into thunder, sizzle, snap, tap your feet. We ain't got gold, we got grit, we got duct tape doctrine. Little lights in the alleyway, flashing like a hymn when the world says wait. I say move, rearrange the rules, build a ladder from the leftovers. Climb up out of use tools, no permit from the heavens, no permission from the stars. We're architects of pocket dreams, working miracles on Mars. Working miracles on Mars. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Light the spark, ignite the dark. Patch the sky with the sparks you find. Stitch the map with a stubborn heart. Yeah. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Push the night, play your part. Pixel preacher on the rooftop, preaching small fires into her. Lost a coat, gained an anthem, traded maps for a rhyme. Every bruise is a reminder how we learn to count in time. I knuckle down on the pavement, plant track, turn tin can the trumpet, make the downpour in the cash. Bosses laugh at the blueprint, critics mark the margins, but I hustle in muffled alleys, turning scraps into bargains. We don't need the whole sky, just a window, a sliver, a spark. We'll light up our corner like constellations out of the dark. Do what you can, micro-revolutions, pixel revolve. One step, one song, one soldered bolt. Where you are, right now, right here. This is the temple, this is the stool. Worship with your hands, worship what's useful. String the lights from old headphones, hum the chorus through the wire. We bake possibility from leftovers, heat from a borrowed fire. Kids on rooftops learn to whistle, scales of scrappy hope. They learn to pass a broken drum and how to hold a rope. Neighbors trade a piece of bread for a chorus, for a rhyme. We're building up a neighborhood band, one beat at a time. So if the future's a blank screen and the pixels look sparse, paint with what you got, punch it loud, own your part. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Light the spark, ignite the dark. Patch the sky with the sparks you find. Stitch the map with the stubborn heart. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Push the night, play your part. Pixel preacher on the rooftop, preaching small fires into all. Where you stand is your altar, what you hold is your creed. Do the little brave things, here's the only seed you need. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Keep the pulse, keep the beat. One flicker feeds the skyline. One heartbeat makes it complete. Hey. Midnight on the kitchen table, coffee gone cold, sketches on the napkins, every plan I've ever sold. Fingers is stained with ink and home little lies. I traced 100 maps for roads that never tried. They tallied up the losses like a ledger of my teeth, but every crossed out answer taught me how to breathe. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Each misstep a lighthouse, each ember in the dirt. I'll keep building from the rubble of what I used to know. 10,000 little fires in one bright glow. Neighbors hear the piano, think it's crying in the rain. They don't see the quiet counting, the patient kind of pain. Blueprints in the margins, promises I learned to fold. Every broken chorus taught me how to hold. You measure by the trophies, I measure by the scars. They say the night is heavy, I say it holds the stars. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Every wrong direction is a compass in the dirt. I'll keep dancing on the tracks until the chorus grows. 10,000 little fires in one bright glow. So call it stubborn, call it slow, call it anything you need. There's a certain kind of courage in refusing to concede. When the echoes up almost start to sound like something true, I'll play the notes that nearly broke me, make a melody from glue. One more scribble, one more try, one more sleepless night, one more small survival turning bruises into light. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Each mistake a lesson, dressed in sweat and dirt. I'll keep carving out a skyline with the ash of what I've grown. 10,000 little fires in one bright hole. So let the counting start again. Let every finger trace the maps of everything that led me to this place. I have not failed, I have only learned to grow. 10,000 ways that won't work and one to finally know.
Sunlight slips through blinds like a hand on your face. You stir the coffee slow, find your quiet place. Tiny rituals, lace a shoe, tie a knot in time. Fold the seconds gently like a letter, line by line. There's a hum in the hallway, a song in the street. Every passing stranger gives your heartbeat a beat. So take the little things and lift them up, release. Turn the ordinary into a piece of peace. Don't wait for thunder or a grand parade. The magic's in the small acts we make. Make each day a masterpiece. Paint it in your hands. Soft colors, bold mistakes. Love where you stand. Brush strokes on the ceiling. Footprints in the light. Make each day a masterpiece. Hold it close tonight. Yeah. Hold it close tonight. Postcards on the counter, a song you half remember, a laugh that sticks like honey through November. You carve your little margins with the things you do, a kindness in the locker, a smile that says it's true. Gather up the leftover hours, fold them neat and bright, hang them on the clothesline underneath the night. We don't need tomorrows to tell us what to be. Today is an open page, an open sea. No gallery needed, no critics in the door. Your heartbeat is the verdict, your breath is something more. Yeah. Make each day a masterpiece. Paint it in your hands. Soft color close tonight. Sometimes the canvas trembles, sometimes the paint runs thin. Some days you lose the colors, don't know where to begin. Start with one small gesture, one cup, one hello. Watch the tiny miracles gather, watch your garden grow. Turn sweet and slow. You'll have made 1,000 windows where the small fires glow. So breathe and draw your compass. Let the morning teach. Make each day your masterpiece. Make it soft, make it reach.
Yeah. Skirt. Hold on. We learn our prayers on the factory whistle, counted saints and sparks and steam. Mama folding Sundays from the scraps of every day, a paper bag dream. Cold nights taught my hands the language of surviving, how to weave and mend. Stone-throated lullabies, grit smile mornings, that's how hard men begin. There's a ledger in my chest of every loss we turned to cold. We stamped the dark, traded weight for backbone, and we carved a road. Hard times create strong men, we rose from the ash and the ache. Strong men create good times, we build bright rooms for tomorrow's sake. We light the town, keep the fire warm, pour the wine for the brave. From iron comes a garden, we plant it from the hands we made. From iron, from iron, from iron bloom, watch us bloom, babe. From iron, from iron, from iron bloom. Good times ain't just neon and champagne on a porch at midnight. It's the roof that don't leak, the little kid who learns to read by daylight. We learn to spend on steadiness, stitch the holes so hearts don't fray. But I remember winter's teeth, we keep the mercy in the pay. Because strength without a softened edge can break instead of bend. So we temper steel with tenderness and teach our hands to tend. Hard times create strong men, we rose from the ash and the ache. Strong men create good times, we build bright rooms for tomorrow's sake. We light the town, keep the fire warm, pour the wine for the brave. From iron comes a garden, we plant it from the hands we made. You think the job is done when the lights come on? Nah, that's the start. Love's the slow, hard work, fixing fences, mending plates, a patient heart. We owe the ones who came before, we owe the kids with empty shoes. So we pass the map, we pass the tools, we pass the truth, no excuse. Hard nights taught us how to hold, not just how to hurt. We learned the currency of care, the wisdom in the word. Raise your glass, raise your voice,